Hi muckers, welcome back to my second channel. I am going to be doing a very fun activity right now of going through stuff that has been delivered to the post box that I'm so tired that I messed up that entire first thing. I just went to the post office and I picked up a bunch of packages that I've missed from the past week, so we're gonna see what they are, but I know for a fact that a bunch of them are canvases like these, hopefully the same size as these, that are gonna go on this wall. So I thought we should put them up and talk about the photos and just catch up, so I'm very excited for that. I'm gonna get them right now. I mean, they are in two of these big boxes right here, but before that I do have two little Amazon things to go through. Now, I'm pretty sure I know what these are, but let's open them anyway. I'm really sick today. I have a really bad cold that I kind of developed last night, and it's really hit me today. And normally whenever I get a cold sickness, it hits me hard. So we're currently dealing with that. Let me actually pull up this window so I get a bit more light. Sorry for that god-awful noise. Okay, the first thing that I got here is actually this. It is a cocoa butter formula with vitamin E skin therapy oil. Now, guess who recommended this to me? Tana Mojo! Tana Mojo is the reason that I bought this, which is so embarrassing. I assume it's just bio oil, but she made a video that was this has completely changed my skin, this is not paid, who knows if it's paid or not at this stage. She was has stopped dryness in my skin and blah, blah, blah. I've been dealing with dryness a lot, so I got it. And I also got a new sunscreen because we're starting to get a little bit more sun here in Brighton. So I definitely wanted to kind of accommodate sun cream into my skincare because it's kind of needed now. But anyway, let's get to these canvases. All right, I'm just picking up a knife so that I can cut through. But anyway, I've been so excited to sit down and film second channel videos again all this week. I kind of talked about it briefly in one of my last videos that I kind of lost all confidence in myself when it came to filming second channel videos, and I think my mindset now is just it's not that deep again, and I've kind of got my confidence back a little bit. Now, I kind of touched on it. It was mainly to do with the fact that I just was kind of thinking why would people want to watch my second channel? It just didn't make sense to me. But once I went back to my roots of I'm just hanging out with friends, it's kind of made me calm down a bit. I think I was just going through it a little bit. So this is the first batch here. So we're gonna talk about the photos and go through them all, and it's gonna be very exciting. Okay, so we have 6 in this first one right here. And let's talk about the photos as we put them up. I'm gonna take them all out of their packaging first. So this first one we have right here is me in Paris. And I love this photo. This was whenever I was going to Paris like crazy, and it was the Pullman Eiffel Tower Hotel. I'm kind of keeping it like this so you can also see these ones. The Pullman Eiffel Tower Hotel, which had a balcony that went right to, seeing the Eiffel Tower. And this was the trip that was actually my first time in Paris, I think, and it was my first ever solo trip, and I felt so bougie with the robe on, and I love this photo because it just is when will I see a view like that again, you know what I mean? Because I would also never stay at this hotel again. I stayed there a couple times. I stayed there by myself a couple times. I stayed there with my mom a couple times. I would never go back to this hotel because they upped their rating from, whenever I went there, they were a 3-star hotel. I think they're a 4 or 5-star now, and their price per room is not what it was whenever I was staying there, and I wouldn't justify it anymore because I don't look at the Eiffel Tower now as how I looked at it back then, where I was utterly obsessed with it. There's other things that I'm obsessed with in Paris now. So I couldn't justify paying that money anymore. And then this second photo is of me and my friend Neve. I love this photo. This was the pink party or something like that, because I had this outfit and I loved these sunglasses, and this is one of my favorite photos. So it wasn't that long ago. Now the reason that I'm kind of taking them all out first of all is because I want to go through all of them and we can kind of decide together where they're going to be. Okay, this next one is from the same night actually, but is with my friend Hannah. And this was whenever we started taking photos on disposable cameras, which, I mean, I'm so obsessed with I actually got a film camera, but I was going through like disposable cameras like crazy, and I was like, it's much better not only for the environment, but for my bank account if I just get a film camera instead of, you know, constantly going through the little disposables. Oh my god, this next one is me and Rina Sawayama. This was at the London meet and greet. Yeah, the London meet and greet. I met her the night before this in Brighton as well, but these photos were my favorite at this meet and greet. This meet and greet was really bad though. As much as I love Rina Sawayama, I met her on her first like tour, and the meet and greet experience was great, and it was basically during like real COVID, so you know, it was masked and it was very, you know, it was very like COVID timesy, but still, like, I'm not saying we're out of COVID times, but like the meet and greet that was like, you know, years in advance after vaccines and stuff was a lot more precautious than the one during COVID, and I think it just had to do with the fact that she did not want to do the meet and greet, and it made it really awkward. I mean, this photo is really the only moment that happened in the meet and greet. It was probably less than 12 seconds that we had with her, which was not worth the money, and as much as I love her, I would never do this again. But I love this photo, and because this was the second night, I knew how quick the meet and greet was gonna be, so I didn't even expect to talk to her. I went, hi, can we do this pose, then bye, because that's all you get. So that's why I love these photos a lot more, because you know, we didn't even talk. We literally were just like, what pose should we do? So there's that one. That's kind of why I like don't like meet and greet culture anymore. Oh, what I do want to show you is actually over here. Oops, sorry to give you a headache. I just got these two framed ones. Why are we falling down here? Why are we falling down? We're falling slowly down. Hold on, let me fix this. Pick yourself up, queen. Okay, I got these two ones, which are the bigger ones. This is me and Mariah Carey, and then that is me and my friend Kat from like my favorite night ever. And yeah, so that is the two that I got the last day, but now we're back to the smaller ones. So that was the first batch. So now I have a photo of me and my friend in Dublin. This was actually the day after we met Rina Sawayama in 2021, and this was in Dublin, and I was so excited to bring one of my friends from England to Dublin. I don't live in Dublin, but I have like such a strong connection to Dublin just because I feel very Irish there. This is me and Kat at the Instagram party right after the last night at VidCon, or was it the second last night at VidCon? I don't know, it was one of the last days that I went to VidCon. I think this was the last day I went, and I love this photo so much. This was my first ever red carpet, and the photographer, like Getty Images, took photos of us, and they didn't upload the ones of me and Kat or me and, you know, any of the friends I was with who went to the party, because we're nobodies. So I'm so glad that someone took a photo of us on my phone. It was actually the guy that invited us, took it on my phone, so I do have evidence of being on the red carpet that night. And yes, that is that. So the next one we have, it's me and Emma Chamberlain. So I was deciding which photo with Emma Chamberlain I wanted to, you know, get on a canvas, because I only wanted to get one. I met her in Paris the day after or the day before that first Paris photo was taken. So I decided to put the LA one on whenever I met her in LA outside of her boyfriend's concert, which is one of my favorite stories ever, because I was going to the concert with Spill Sesh and my friend Kat, and we were all super late, and we got to the concert like the song before the encore, and I got there before Kat and Spill Sesh. They were coming and I was going on my own as well, so we were all meeting up. And I got there so late and I was like, there's no point going in. And Emma Chamberlain was right in front of me, also entering really late to kind of avoid all the, you know, the fans, because they kind of have a secretive relationship. So then she saw me and I was like, can we get a photo? And I knew that I pissed her off this night because she was trying to go in incognito and don't get seen because they don't like people talking about the relationship. But because I showed up really late, she was also there really late, and I got this one done because it's one of my favorite photos ever. Okay, the final one in this batch is me and my mom in Paris. This was the night, was this the night we went? This was the night we went to the Lady Gaga Chromatica ball. So I love this photo. This is actually one of my favorite ones of me and my mom, very dramatic. And I actually am starting to miss my brown hair. But I don't want to go back to brown hair because I know that I won't be able to go blonde again for quite some time, and I know that I will regret that decision. But I think once I start like mentally going through it, and I have been a little bit recently, I start to want to change something drastically in my physical appearance, and hair's always the easiest option. Always the easiest option. So now we have a second batch of photos. So let's go through these. Okay, this first, oh, I love this photo. This was not that long ago. This was only like a week or so ago. This is me and my friend Corey. It's kind of a really dark picture, but it's us at the club, and I love this photo. This was the night that we all dressed up as my friend Liv, so we had like eyeliner on, and we were very cool. It was very out of my comfort zone. So this is the same night. So this is me and Liv, and I also really love this photo, taken on a disposable camera. So I love that one. Oh my god, this cold is really knocking me out. Oh my god, this is a really fun batch because we have my photo with Bonnie Tyler. This was on my birthday in 2021 in Vienna, and this is such a special photo to me, and I love this so much. And I actually have the CD that she signed for me right here at this moment. Oh, Jesus, please don't break. Wait, how do I close this? Oh, here we go. When she wrote on this, signed the CD and was like, "To Adam, well done," from Bonnie Tyler. And the well done was that her publicist or manager or someone told her that I was an Instagram star, which I'm very far from. I literally like don't use Instagram that much. But it was, they're like a really old generation, no shade. And so they didn't know what I was, and they were just kind of like, he's an Instagram star. And so she was congratulating me on being good at Instagram. So that was really sweet, and this is one of my favorite photos, and I need to go to another one of her concerts this year. She just performs in like random ass places in Europe, and it's like hard to get to them. This one is in Derry. This was November 2021. Of me and my girls. We have Bonnie and Dolly, and they're literally holding hands here. And this was right after, was this right after I came back from, oh no, this was right after I came from Brighton. I have another photo of them that was right after I came from LA, which I also love, but that one was whenever I came home for Christmas. So I could tell by my like travel outfit that I had on. Okay. This one I love. This is, if you know, you know. This is me on the Wendy Williams show, and this was the moment I was doing like the Ask Wendy with Michael Rappaport, and this was, I can't believe that this happened. Like, this was such a stupid moment in my life. I don't know why I did it. I don't regret doing it, but it's just so stupid, you know what I mean? I was definitely on one on this trip. And I think that me and my mom had a very, so this was a trip of me and my mom. Hold on, let me get this because Milo was playing with it. This was a very stressful kind of 24 hours me and my mom had the night before this. So I think I kind of did something to kind of make both of us laugh. So that was what this was. And yeah, I absolutely love this moment. So there's that. And then we have me and my friend Mary in London. This was taken at like 5 or 6 a.m. after we went to a party. And we were so drunk, we were so out of it, and we were just like posing in front of the London Eye before the sun came up, and I absolutely adore this photo. It is such a mess. Okay, we have a huge pile of photos here building up. I don't know where to put any of them. My hair is also pissing me off today. I'm just in like a bad mood. I'm in a bad mood because I feel sick, and I've also kind of, I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like myself. Okay, the next one is me and my friend Rach in Derry. This was for her birthday. We went to Derry. I don't know how I persuaded her to do that, and it was also Pride in Derry. So this was when we were in the hotel, and my friend Grace from home took this, and we were getting very drunk in this picture. Clearly. And it was also like 8 p.m. and we were like blackout drunk because we were pulling an all-nighter from the travel, so if we weren't gonna get drunk, we were gonna fall asleep. We ended up going to bed that night at like 11 p.m. anyway. Like, we did not last long. we did so little on that trip because we were just exhausted. Oh, this is a good one. So this is actually one of my favorite photos. This is me at the top of the Empire State Building. And it was a lot of money to get up to the top of the Empire State Building. So I made sure to get a photo. I went there on my own. Obviously, I do these trips on my own, and none of my friends in New York were, I just spat on this, were gonna come with me. Oh my God, I actually spat on it and it like affected the photo. So none of my friends were going to come with me because it was seriously like upwards of like $200 or something like that to get up to the top. Don't quote me, I don't know if that's true, but I remember it being at least $100 to get up to the top. And it was actually the worker took this photo for me, and he made a joke that I was on my own. And I was like, yeah, I want someone to take my photo, and he was like, I'll do it. So I love that photo. And it's also just incredible seeing all the buildings in the back and being like, that's like what I always wanted whenever I was, you know, a child and stuff. I mean, dare I say more, me and Selena Gomez holding the little photos of me and Selena Gomez as a child, which I literally have framed in my kitchen here. This photo is so special to me. And yeah, I cannot believe that that day happened. And then we have one more, which is me and my friend, Em. This was at that night, again, that we have a couple photos from, and I love this photo. Oh, this was the pink party. This was the pink party, because she had, or no, was it? I don't know. This was either the pink party or the Y2K party. I have no idea which one, but I love that one. Okay, we have a ton of photos here. Literally, like there's a lot here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I don't know why I didn't just order 20. That would have made this a lot easier. Okay, wait. So I'm going to put them on this wall. Okay, wait. 18. This is stressing me out. Hold on. Let me maybe over a little bit. So I have 18. So they're like this size. So I could, in theory, do 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill this wall up a bit more. So it's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18. There's another 4 that are needed to be added. We'll add onto here first. We'll add the ones that I want over here. All right, so this is a very like family-oriented wall. So I'm trying to figure out like which I want to put here. So we'll not put the clubbing photos in with the family. So we'll put any of them right here. The Selena Gomez one. I mean, Selena Gomez one might be an option. Let me see. We have the New York. We have my friends. All right, we'll just kind of categorize this off. So any like clubbing ones are not going to. I kind of want to put this one, by the way, like somewhere else in my house that isn't up on this wall, because I think this one's so funny within itself. What I could do, oh, me and the girls, for sure. Me and the girls for sure will go on this one. I mean, here's Bonnie as a pup. So I can put this one here. Okay, we're just gonna start putting them up. I'm using these little things, which I absolutely love. Guys, I'm really not in a good mood. I'm really not in a good mood. I don't know what it is. I feel really bad about myself right now. And I can't describe it. How can I like put up the, I feel like this is like really dark for no reason, but I don't know how to change it because I don't know how to use my camera. Hold on. Oh, no, that's making it darker. Oh, I'm figuring it out, I'm figuring it out. There we go. I mean, it's gonna be really bright, but it's better than it being really dark. I'm feeling really, really, really insecure, I think. Which is, I don't want to be like, oh, it's not like me, because that's kind of like egotistical to say, but it's just, I've never felt it at this magnitude before. Like, I feel really off. And I have ever since yesterday. And we were all going out to dinner yesterday, and I canceled on everyone just because I just didn't feel like I was up for it, which is fine. You know, canceling plans is, you know, fine. It should be a lot more normalized. But I just kind of also felt like I let everyone down, and I've just been kind of feeling very overwhelmed, and I don't know, I really can't put my finger on it other than that. But it's not a nice feeling. I've just been feeling very disconnected with myself, I would say. And if I have to say the main word, it is overwhelmed. And I think that I feel very stuck right now because after everything happened with Tyler, I've kind of developed a really unhealthy attachment with all of the animals that I have. So that is affecting me because I want to go home. I want to go home to Ireland for like a weekend, but then I feel like I'm abandoning the animals because I've now become so overwhelmingly, obnoxiously attached with them. And I always was, but like, I mean now to like a fault. So I can't like pluck up the courage to like go home. So I'm just feeling very trapped, I guess. So that's not really helping. And I mean, probably being sick is not, you know, helping as well. But there's little things in the day that are kind of, you know, picking me up today and are making me a little bit excited. I know that I'm gonna be filming YouTube videos later on, which I enjoy. I really want to, you know, continue putting my best foot forward with TikToks and stuff like that. Like, you know, just things like that. I mean, I'm gonna call my mom later and talk to her. Okay, what is the distance away? Like this. Okay. So yeah, there's things here and there within the day that are making me feel a little bit more, you know, pumped for things. By the way, these things are so good for hanging things. Like, you put them on one side, and then you stick them down, and then you stick the other ones, and the Velcro attaches them on the wall. They're really good. We need to figure out which other one we want here. So, there's one of me and my mom that I can put up. I mean, if we're sticking to the familyness, this is like my granny and me and my family dog Molly, me and my granddad, my mom, my dad, and Bonnie, me and the girls. I mean, we may as well stay consistent. I wonder if I have any other family ones here. I don't think so. No, I don't have any other family ones here. But what I could do is, actually, okay, we're just gonna put this other one up first. So this one of me and my mom will put right here. Perfect. So, yeah. I didn't want to sound very, like, down in the dumps, and I apologize if it's coming off like that, but I just kind of want to be honest with, like, how I'm feeling. And I think it's also okay to acknowledge that it's normal to feel overwhelmed and that it's normal to, you know, be stressed and all like this. Milo, let's stop doing that to the furniture. I would appreciate it. Thank you, bud. So, yeah, that is that. But, God, I don't know which other one to put up here. I wish, like, I could have, like, a live audience here being like, that one, that one, that one. And I'm definitely not the best at decorating. But I kind of felt that the reason I got all these, by the way, is because whenever I was getting my apartment ready for the landlord visit, which happened, by the way, I don't know if I talked about it, it went well. I mean, I haven't got you get like a rundown after it about how they, you know, think the place looks, how it's decorated, how it's cleaned, how it's whatever. So I'm still waiting for that, but I mean, I feel like if they absolutely detested it, they would have told me by now. Whenever I was getting everything ready for it, I realized how bare my apartment is and how much my apartment really doesn't feel like a home to me in terms of decorating. Like, I'm someone who absolutely grew up on filling my room with posters and filming, or, you know, all these different things. So for me to not have a lot of them here at my apartment was shocking to me. And I have, you know, posters on my wall that I've had since the first day I've moved. And I was like, I need to start filling my apartment with things that whenever I invite people over, or when my landlord comes over and they look at it, they go, oh, he actually has a life, or that's nice, we can see a little bit of his, you know, his home. Because whenever I would go, you know, back home, you know, our family have like a bunch of framed photos of us as kids or whatever, and I was like, it's nice to have photos of like the animals, or you know, just me with friends, or different things that have happened in my life. So that's why we're doing this. So we're gonna put this one right here, like this. Mom, I know you're watching. I love this photo. Okay, so we just need 2 more right here. We're gonna have to break the like family mold now because we don't have any other family ones. So, and hold on. What we could do, oh, I don't know actually. Oh, I do not know which ones I want to put up. Milo, stop playing with that. Milo was playing with this. Oh, I have no idea actually. Damn, I wish like you could like tell me. I think I'll put the one of me and Asia up, my friend in Dublin, because Asia is literally family to me. And if we're going by that logic, then I should also put the one up with Kat. If we're doing this logic of like friends being my family, then we're also gonna do this logic. So we're gonna do that, and that makes the most amount of sense to me. I also really want to get some tattoos soon. I want to ask people like who have tattoos other places than their arms, like where you recommend getting tattoos done. I need to get Tyler's ashes, or Tyler's, Jesus, I'm not getting Tyler's ashes tattooed. That would be a very ugly tattoo. I really want to get Tyler's paw prints done, and I'm gonna get them, I think, done like right in there, which apparently is a really sore area, so I'm not looking forward to that. But I'm running out of room on my arms, and I don't know where else I want to, you know, start. I kind of love the idea of like tattoos like here, and I do think I am gonna stick to the same like childhood like desk, you know, idea. I love this Mariah one, by the way, where, you know, it's just like doodles and stuff. But I'm just like, for people again who have tattoos other places than their arms, where do you recommend? I know a lot of my friends love leg tattoos. And I kinda fuck with leg tattoos. I just don't know how I feel about them on me. I feel like that's like, that is so common with me, which is so weird, where I'm like, I love things on other people, or I love hair colors on other people, or I love, you know, different clothing on other people, and then I'm like, oh, but I would hate that on me. And I don't mean to come across as rude whenever I say it. I would never say it to someone's face, by the way. But I wonder if other people are like that, where I'm like, oh, I love like the color red, orange, like ginger hair, especially the kind that like, you know, Kendall Jenner had, if you're like chronically online like me, where she had like this like reddy, like gingery hair. I was like, oh, I love that hair. And one of my friends got that hair done, and I was like, that is the most beautiful colored hair I've ever seen in my entire life. And then I was like, but I would look awful with it. Which is annoying because I would love to try it, but I just kind of don't think I have the confidence to like try it and then hate it. And I think hair as well, you know, can be such a fun thing to kind of experiment with. But also, it's very damaging every time you experiment with it. Alright, I need to get another roll of these sticky things. This is looking so much better now, by the way, that there's not just like 2 randomly there. Alright, let me get these. So I'm very excited because after this, I am going to be going to the supermarket and getting a Red Bull, which I definitely need because I slept very bad last night because of my cold. I woke up today on the dot at 6 a.m., which is, if you know me, unheard of. I normally go to bed at 6 a.m. So I'm excited to get a little pick-me-up. I was gonna get coffee, but coffee kind of makes me feel more tired. Does anyone, I know people have said, I think I've said this statement before, and people were like, no, energy drinks make me feel tired. And I know energy drinks are not for everybody, and I know coffee is not for everybody, so I would love to know people's opinions on both. I am definitely an energy drink person over a coffee person. And I feel that I always have been. And like whenever I go to like my nana's for like coffee, she'll be like, do you want a coffee? And I'll be like, no, I'm good. I've already sorted myself. And I bring out like a Red Bull. She's always like, stop drinking that, which I understand. But I remember the first time I ever had a Red Bull. Sorry, you're getting riveting conversations today. The first time I ever had a Red Bull was whenever I was with my friend at the time, Kate's house, and we were watching the Shane and Jeffrey series, and Jeffrey, you know, would always talk about Red Bull and stuff like this, and I was like, I've never tried it, and she was like, neither have I. And so we walked like 20 minutes to the nearest shop, because she lives in the back of fucking nowhere, and we got the Red Bull, and I was like obsessed since day one. By the way, isn't this looking so much better now? I really like this. Okay, so now we're gonna start working on this wall. So we have 1, 2, okay, wait. I'm definitely not counting this one anymore because I'm definitely putting this somewhere else. So remind me that we need to put this one up at the end. So working with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is such an odd number. Maybe I will have to put that one up because then if we have 14, 14 by 2 is 7, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we'll do 7, 7. Okay, that one is going on the wall. So how does this work? So we do like, should we continue doing it on the same level? Yeah, that might be nice, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we're gonna need to start it like really close here. Sorry, the interior design in me, as in The Sims. I feel that we can just randomly start putting these up, by the way, because they're all, oh wait, did I? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, okay, yeah. Because I just found out that these two were also there. Yeah, I'm just gonna start randomly putting them up because we don't need to be that, you know, designy about it anymore. Let's just like get them up. So we're gonna start with this one of me and my friend Hannah, who, it's her birthday tomorrow, and she's like, you know, one of them friends you don't see that often because she doesn't live close by anymore. She moved like a long time ago. And also we have a friend called Abby who we don't see that much. Anyway, they're all coming tomorrow to Brighton, which is very exciting because it's like our by 6 months catch-up time, and it's her birthday, obviously. Oh shit, I didn't mean to, damn it, I didn't mean to take that off. So tomorrow's gonna be very exciting, so that's also something to look forward to. And yeah, so I'm excited to see her. I just wanted to say that after I saw this photo with her because she's like really, really, really great to be around. So there's that. Let me get this. I'm so excited to try that, the cocoa butter thing. I mean, whenever I would put bio oil on my skin, I don't know if that's like a, you know, thing around the world. I know it definitely is a big thing in the UK. It always did wonders for my skin because it was so hydrating. Okay, wait. Right here, right? Wait, I don't know. Right? Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. So, I'm gonna hope that that makes sense. I'm literally just gonna start grabbing them. Next, we are gonna be doing the Rina Sawayama. So, speaking of the fact that this meet and greet was not the best, I wanna know if people have had meet and greet experiences with other celebrities and how they went. Whenever I met Ariana Grande, I didn't pay for that, and thank God I didn't because the experience was very underwhelming, and I remember anytime I talked about the meet and greet whenever I was younger, I used to always hype it up a lot more than what it actually was because I was like embarrassed by the fact that it was so little. Milo, stop chewing. Sorry, Milo was literally attacking the leads. I remember whenever I was younger and right after the meet and greet had happened, and anytime someone would ask me about it, I would always be like, yeah, we talked for so long, and you know, she was just so lovely, and you know, she wanted me there, and she was so happy with my company because I was embarrassed. I was hyping up going to this meet and greet for so long. Well, I mean, I think I won the meet and greet tickets like a week before the concert, so let's not say it's so long because that's dramatic. But I was, you know, telling everyone that I was, you know, gonna tell her all these things and blah, 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 and that was my first experience really of like a celebrity meet and greet. I had went to like Miranda Singh's meet and greets by this stage, which were obviously a lot less formal. But like Ariana Grande was a very formal one. And yeah, it makes me sad now looking back, knowing that I was like just overtly lying about the experience meeting her and hyping it up to be an even better experience than what it was, just because I was embarrassed that, like, she really didn't care to be meeting me. And that's no shade to Ariana, but just, it's like, these artists really don't want to be doing these meet and greets, which is totally fine. And I know that it's just their management making them do it, you know, to get extra money. And I mean, it's always like the rich kids that are going. Again, the only meet and greets I've gone to, I've either won tickets to, or they've been cheap, or I've been invited to, like the Bonnie Tyler one. Does this look right? Yeah. And I'm so glad, because I used to be such a concert, you know, kid, that I always was like, oh, I always wish that, you know, I would have been able to go to meet and greets whenever I was younger, like when Miley Cyrus would tour or Selena Gomez would tour. Now I'm glad that I never did, because I most likely would have had a very underwhelming experience. Now, it's so full circle that, you know, I ended up meeting Selena Gomez in a very casual, nice way at her London, you know, makeup release, and I was invited to that, and it was, I had a nicer time meeting her than probably what I would at like a meet and greet. It was a lot less formal, and there was a lot less of us there, and it was an event that she seemingly wanted to be at. So I mean, that was a nice thing, but even then, you know, it was literally like, hi, photo, and you know, whatever. But that's what a meet and greet is. And whenever I was younger, I used to think, sorry, I'm so passionate about this, because I really was like a concert kid, and I still am at heart. It's just a very disappointing experience, because that person will never, you know, be in your head what they actually are. And because that's too much pressure on a person. Like, whenever I met Selena Gomez in person, she was so lovely. She was so lovely, so just a very warm energy, and was so lovely to take pictures with, and, you know, was very appreciative of like us being there and at that event and stuff like that. But was that the experience that I thought I was gonna have whenever I was like 8 years old, like looking up to her every single day? No, because I was, you know, it was like a God complex I had over these people, and there's no way that they will, you know, live up to that. And it's very much so you're putting too much pressure on them to be someone that you've made them out to be in your head. But one thing I will say is, I think the only person that I've ever met that has kind of, this is, by the way, oh my god, this kind of sounds bad about Selena now. No, I'm literally saying that there is nothing, Selena Gomez could have been, she could have turned water into wine in front of me, and that still would not have been my expectation of her whenever I was younger. So please, you know, I had the most incredible time meeting her, and she was so overtly lovely. So I'm just saying that as a child I was like putting way too much expectation on it. I think the only celebrity that I've met who has kind of really impressed me was Mariah Carey. And it's funny because Mariah Carey has this full media diva attached to her, and she was the most, probably the most gracious, humble celebrity that I've ever met. And okay, if we're being very loose with it, very loose, I've met Mariah Carey 3 times. In actuality, I've only spoken to Mariah Carey 1 of those times. But in all 3 of those times, Mariah Carey signed something for me. Or sorry, in 2 of those times. The first time I didn't bring anything. And she took time always to sign autographs. Literally every time that I was there, that she was there, she signed autographs or she took pictures. And it's like she was going above and beyond to just show that she was grateful for her fans. So I think she was really the only one. And I mean, Bonnie Tyler was amazing too. But it was, I think Bonnie Tyler was confused by the concept of me. And Bonnie Tyler also was, you know, told by her management that I was coming and that, you know, they wanted me to like post on social media and stuff like this, kind of introducing Bonnie to like a younger, you know, audience and stuff. And whenever Bonnie Tyler met me, hold on, let me do this. When Bonnie Tyler met me, she came out of her dressing room, and her manager and stuff were really nice as well. And she was like, oh, who's this? To her manager, and her manager goes, this is the Instagram one I was telling you about. This is Adam I was telling you about. And Bonnie was like, wait, I thought I was just hanging out with the Instagram one. And then this guy like walks out, who's like similar age to me and stuff like that. And she was talking to him about Instagram and stuff, thinking it was me, because obviously she hadn't seen a photo or whatever like that. And then I felt bad then that I was kind of making her have the same conversation twice. But she was so lovely and so funny, and just, that was one of the best, honestly, days of my entire life. It was my 19th birthday. I have not this! Royal Mail, we attempted to deliver to you 10 minutes ago and it was unsuccessful. What? Bitch, I've been here the entire time. I just had to go to the post office because you didn't deliver my other fucking ones. For context, whenever I get a fucking delivery, an alarm system goes off in this apartment. They're just lazy now. Like, they're not even delivering to our apartment complex anymore. They're literally just putting it in the fucking warehouse and then making us... Anyways, so for context, apparently I had a delivery siren go off within the last 10 minutes. You did not hear it, I did not hear it. They're lying. Anyway, and it costs me money to go to and from the post office They've pissed me off now. Anyway, Bonnie Tyler was just so gracious. So gracious. So incredibly, like, she was like, calm down. Like, she was like, stop, like, thinking I'm more exciting than what I am. Like, she was so funny, so just, like, I think if I was to meet her again, which I'm hopefully gonna, like, attempt to do, if I go to one of her shows this year, I'm gonna send her manager a text again, because he actually gave me his number. And I mean, ironically, something that I really shouldn't say, but I don't think there's a problem with saying it, is the reason that I got within Bonnie Tyler's circle, like, as in, you know, her manager, her PR manager, like her social media person, and I talk a lot, and have for 2 years now. The reason that all of this started was because Bonnie Tyler's social media manager had followed me for a while on social media watching my YouTube videos, because he's a huge H3 fan, and was like, oh my god, you posted about Bonnie, like, I work for her. And then we started talking about it. So it was him that ended up getting me invited, or him who ended up introducing me to Bonnie Tyler's tour manager, who then was like, sure, and invited me backstage. It's funny how it, like, worked out. I've never told that story before, actually, and that's, like, one of my favorite stories. Just in looking at this photo, like, I have never been happier in my life. Like, I look really ugly in this photo because I'm not, like, normally whenever I smile I go like, or like, wait, this is really awkward, but like, maybe a little bit of teeth. I was just like, I was wrinkles of the house. But I mean, I like it, and normally I would have been really self-conscious with the photo, but I was like, this is such an amazing day for me that I was just like, let's show the world the wrinkles, let's show the world the like distorted face, you know, because I was just that excited and happy, and it really was just so amazing, and it was everything and more. I'm just trying to think of other, you know, celebrities that I've possibly met, but yeah, Mariah Carey really does stand out. Just as always kind of making an effort for her fans, and it's ironic again because she's the one that people would say is like the biggest bitch. There's been Mariah Carey, there's been Bonnie Tyler, there's Ariana Grande, I mean there's Rina Sawayama. I mean, Rina's meet and greet, like I said, in 2021 was completely different than the one this last year. So I don't want to judge her too much for it, and maybe management are, you know, forcing her to do them. But she was so lovely that first meet and greet, and then she just kind of had no personality for the other two meet and greets. So I don't want to judge her too much because she was amazing that first one. But she was also a much smaller I don't know, I don't want to talk shit about her. I'm trying to think of other artists. Courtney Cox I met. Oh, I should really get that photo done. That's a really funny photo. I met Courtney Cox in hold on, so like this. Oh shit, I don't know if this is gonna be like, is this right? That's right. I met Courtney Cox in the summer of 2015, and she is married to, I don't know his name. I was gonna say Johnny Depp, that is not true. Johnny McDade, is it? Johnny McDade? I don't know. She is married to him. Oh my god, I need more of the sticker things. And he lives in Derry, or he's from Derry. Oh my god, have I run out of them? There's no way I've run out of these little sticky things. Oh my god, I think I've run out of them. I think I have enough to put up, like, one more. Shit, I bought a lot of them. Is that correct? I don't think that's correct. I bought so many of them, like, from Amazon. It was crazy. Like, I bought so much that the stock went out of stock. What? There's no way. Oh my god. Okay, well, I was not expecting that. So now I'm gonna need to go to the shop midway through this video to get others, because I mean, we are nowhere near done. So anyway, I'll tell this story about Courtney Cox. Like I said, his family are living in Derry, and he's from Derry. And he's dating Courtney Cox, or married to her, whatever it is. And they came to Derry, and all of Derry was talking about it because, you know, nothing happens in Derry. Like, we're just so bored, like, we're waiting for something to happen. And this was a huge deal, and this was the year that I started watching Friends. And so I was overwhelmingly obsessed with Courtney Cox, as you can imagine, and this was the most exciting concept to me of all time, that Courtney Cox was in Derry. So on one of the days that she was in Derry, I had been, like, in town every day. I was looking everywhere for her, like, literally, like, just, like, stalking. And I had been looking for, like, 4 days straight, like, staying in town, going in and out every shop. Because, like, every day there would be, like, a new post, like, Courtney Cox taking photos with fans in Derry. And I'm like, no, I was just there. And then after, like, a week of me looking, one day my brother sends a message being like, oh, I just went to the corner shop right beside our house, and I just met Courtney Cox. And I was like, I don't think I've ever experienced anger as much in my life as what I had in that moment. I was breakdown tears, manic before I knew what that word meant, obliterately angry. I was furious. And was it a bit extra of me? Absolutely. But it was something that, you know, mattered so much to me, and for my brother to meet her and be like, okay, that was cool. It wasn't his fault, but it just kind of made me be like, why not me? And then, later that night, someone messaged my mom and was like, Courtney Cox is in Da Vinci's, and we ended up going to, like, nearby where the restaurant was, and unfortunately, very cringy, very upsetting that I did this. In theory, I went into the restaurant. Please keep in mind, I was so young. So I'm 20 now. In 2016 or 2015, I was what, 5 years younger than this? I was, what? I was not, oh, I was, hold on, what age was I? 20, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. So 8 years ago, I was like, 20 take away 8, 19, 17, oh wait, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. I was 12, but I would have been 11 because it was at the start of the year. So I was 11 years old. So I would not do this now, but I went into the restaurant and I find her table. Oh my god, this makes me cringe thinking about it. And I go, hi Courtney, like a river. And I was like, am I able to get a photo? I can't believe I did this. I cannot believe, like, the audacity, how rude I was. Like, I was being very nice about it, but it was so inappropriate. It was so inappropriate for me to do. And I think I was so blissfully unaware of how wrong and invasive that is to do. Charlie XCX I've met as well. And she was sitting in the middle of the booth, and she made every single member of Johnny McDade's family who were there get up and stand and let me go in and hug her and take a picture with her. And I was like, I just love Friends. And I was like, and she was talking to me and blah, 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 blah. We took the photo. I ended up finding out that Ed Sheeran was the one who took the photo, which just makes the situation even weirder. And and then I said goodbye and I walked out, and I thinking of that story now, I get so beyond embarrassed, and I feel so bad that like that I like, you know, did that. But the fact that she was so kind and so like not outwardly bothered by it is just like, Courtney Cox will always have my heart. I will always support that woman, and I will always defend her through everything now, because she could have told 11-year-old me, fuck off. And she should have, but she didn't. And she not only took the photo, hugged me, she talked to me for a bit about Friends, what's my favorite episode, la la la, and then let me go. And her family were like, oh, we're so happy for you, and all like this. And it was just like, it was something that they could have so easily, and they would have been right for telling me to fuck off. And they didn't. And I have so much respect for all of them, but I would also have respect for them if they had told me to fuck off, because it was inappropriate. So, oh, I really should get that photo. That photo is so funny. It's really funny. And yeah, I will always have so much respect for her. I am going to need to go to the supermarket because unfortunately I have run out of little sticky things. So let me figure out how many I need. I mean, I think I need a lot. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 photos left, and for each, okay, this is gonna be a mathematical question. I have 7 left to do. Each packet has 4 things. So that's 1 photo. So I need 7 of them. Very clever, Adam. Alright, I'm gonna go to the supermarket and I will be back. Okay, it is now several hours later, and I did go to the shop and I got some of these. I've decided that I'm not gonna put 4 on each one anymore. We're just gonna do 2 because it's way too expensive to, like, these are like £5, you know, a thing. Anyway, I'm gonna update you on what I did in the meantime, and I also want to tell you about meeting Charlie XCX. I don't know why this has turned into a name-dropping video. It did not mean for that at all. But they're just fun little stories, and I've been like thinking over the past, you know, hour or so while putting these up that there's so many other ones that I wish I had printed out. I also had my Red Bull. I actually had 2 Red Bulls because, as we're aware, I was not in a good mood, and the Red Bulls really kind of perked me up a little bit because I was also really tired. Anyway, I went to Asda, which is a supermarket, and I got my Red Bull, and I also went to Five Guys on the way home, which saved me the effort of having to make dinner, which was lovely. And I'm very happy for that. And also, I feel like I've spoken about things like this before, but it's like really weird because I'm starting to feel like I have more energy now than what I did when I last spoke to you, and the main reason for that is that it is dark outside. It really is so... Oh wait, did I put this on right? Yeah, I did. It's so weird, but that's kind of why I always like my sleeping schedule to be what it is whenever it's at its worst. And I think a main reason that I'm kind of all over the place mentally is that I'm getting so much sunlight, and I don't know if this is like weird to anyone else, but like whenever it's bright outside or whenever it's sunny, I feel that I can't be, what's the word? I can't be motivated to do anything, or I feel really sluggish, and there's something about, there we go. I don't know why I've been doing 4 the entire time. I could have literally just been doing 2. There's something about like daylight that really kind of drains the life out of me, and so whenever I am like normally like awake at nighttime, like my sleeping schedule that everyone makes fun of for like warranted, like I mean for obvious reasons, it's awful. It's whenever I feel the happiest and stuff like that, and a lot of people comment on it, and I guess this isn't like that weird because people live on whatever schedule they want, and because I'm not necessarily going to like a 9-to-5 job, I can do that, which is nice as well. It gives me like the option to, and I know that that's not the case for everyone, and I'm, you know, I can appreciate that, you know what I mean? But anyway, it always is people saying like, you know, like that's like your social batteries is, you know, tired if you feel more awake at nighttime and all like that. And for me, it really isn't that. It's just kind of, the darker that it is outside, the more I feel that there's less pressure that I can focus. And literally while I'm saying this to you, I know that this sounds so stupid, but I have looked into it on Google, and it is a pretty common thing that people feel a lot better mentally at nighttime than what they do during daytime, which goes against all the rules that we were, I feel like this one's definitely lopsided. Goes against like all the rules we're told as like kids, because we're always told, you know, to get your sunlight and get your whatever. But I always take like vitamin D and vitamin C and all these different, you know, tablets anyway, so I do feel like I'm not lacking in any of my, you know, vitamins or nutrients or whatever. I think it's just a personal preference. I always thrived at nighttime, and I always preferred it. And that goes even as far as back as whenever I was in primary school. Wait, did I literally just find, I think I literally just found a bunch of these that I had bought that I forgot. They were all hidden under the other canvases. Well, I mean, at least I have, you know, more to use now. What is up with this one? Is this one lopsided? I think this one might be. Okay, wait. I think that was the issue. Okay, that was the issue. Oh, it's this one has words on it, and because it's at a tilt, it's making me think that it's at a tilt. Anyway, whenever I was in primary school, so whenever I was, like, I left primary school when I was 11, I remember going in some days where I had went to bed an hour before it, and obviously my parents didn't know that. I was so young, but I would literally stay up all night drawing or journaling or... Milo, you good? And he's playing with a bauble behind the Christmas tree, or behind the TV stand from the Christmas tree. Oh my god, I'm really tired. But yeah, if I had my iPad, you know, or my iPod Touch or something like that, my parents would think I was asleep. And I would be awake, and I would go into school the next day absolutely exhausted. But I would, you know, I would always do that because I always felt that I kind of, there was no rush whenever I was, you know, awake at nighttime and everyone else was asleep. And I just kind of appreciated always having my own time at nighttime. And people always told me whenever I was younger, my nana always said, you'll grow out of this, like you'll learn to appreciate your sleep and you'll learn to appreciate the daylight and all like that. I never have. Unless I'm like on a trip, I do not appreciate the daytime. Weird thing, I don't know. But anyway, it's me being truthful. Right, let me go here. Like that. I think, is that right? I feel like I'm doing them all wonky. Milo, I'm gonna need you to stop playing with that because it's gonna mess up the sound. You alright? Good boy. Alright, we'll go over here. Good boy. Okay, I think that is right now. So, yeah, I mean, there's that, but I love the daytime whenever I'm on trips because it makes me feel like, I'm making the most out of the time I have. Milo, stop playing with that. It's literally like a battery he's playing with. Which is not on the floor, but he keeps knocking it on the floor. So, anyway, yeah. And nighttime on trips is my least favorite time. So it's interesting. I feel at nighttime on trips I would rather just be asleep and wake up during the daytime, and that's why I love traveling so much. But I think a lot of that just stems from the fact that I like, you know, new scenery. I like keeping myself kind of stimulated in seeing new things, experiencing new things, trying new food. And I think a big reason for why I'm kind of feeling off is that I think this is like the longest I've been in Brighton without going even back home, like I said. So I'm just feeling really bored. And again, a lot of that stems from the fact that I don't see a lot of people other than if I go, you know, to a restaurant with my friends or we go out to the club, like where we like organize things, right? And I can spend so much of my time just like by myself in the apartment, so it was always kind of a social thing for me going and seeing new places or whatever like that, just because I can stay in my apartment for days on end because, you know, if we're speaking about a job here, all I have to do is film. It's like a really easy, you know, thing to do. But mostly it's just in the apartment, so you can kind of keep yourself really to yourself. And I think now, after my Red Bull, I think I'm kind of coming to terms with the fact that I'm not feeling stimulated enough in like socially, and I'm feeling really bored, I guess. So maybe that is it. And you know what? At least it makes me feel better to like be like, oh, that is what it is, rather than thinking I'm like going crazy, you know what I mean? All right, so how many more can we like actually put up? So that's 2, 4, or wait, 2, 4. Okay, there's 4 left, that's perfect. So we are going to put these ones up now. Who's texting me? No one interesting. That wasn't shade, by the way, I just don't know who messaged me. Okay, so let's put these last ones up. So the last ones we have are me and Rach and Derry, me and Em, me and Neve, and then me and Mary in London. So let's put these ones up. I have so many of these like packaging things now that I'm like losing track of them. Okay, let me put these over here. Oh my god, look what I bought, by the way, for myself. This was in the Valentine's Day section in the supermarket. I love Ferrero Rochers, but they're like always really expensive. I walked in and I saw a bunch of couples over at them, like buying them for each other and being super like lovey-dovey and all like this. And I was like, as Miley Cyrus says, I can buy myself flowers. As Adam McIntyre says, I can buy myself Ferrero fucking Rochers. So there's that as well. So yes, I need to, hold on. I'm just trying not to do like too many of like the samey ones all together, you know what I mean? Like these are the same night. I'm excited though to take a picture of this after I get it done and kind of feel like I filled up the walls a little bit more. Anyway, let's talk about the Charli XCX thing. So I met Charli XCX in New York. I met her at her hotel. And it was right after the concert that I went to. So I went to her concert in New York, and then I went to her concert in London. And at the concert in New York, right after it, I went to, like, the hotel that the paparazzi were, like, posting, like, she was doing an event with the hotel. So, like, it was a very, like, publicized, like, where she was and stuff. So I was like, okay, after the concert, like, she may, you know, just go home, she may go to an after party or whatever like that. Like, I'm gonna go to, like, the area of the hotel. It was around Soho. And if I see any, like, party bus, like, go up, then I know that it's her. So I did that. And then, so she pulls up. Hold on, let me put this up. She pulls up in, like, this party bus, and she poses for the paparazzi, and she immediately goes into the hotel. And I'm like, shit, like, I've missed my opportunity. And I'm not very confident or ballsy whenever it comes to celebrities in front of me. Like, I literally am just like, no, I missed my opportunity. But this night I was like on one. Like, I was so tired and I was like so delusional. And if I had been well rested, I would not have been like sane thinking about like this. So, she walks into the hotel, she poses for the paparazzi like this. And the photos of her from that night, I'm like literally seen in them because I'm like right behind her. I go, Charli, like I just saw you tonight and I'm gonna see you in London again. Like, I would love to get a picture. She does not care. She is posing for the paparazzi and just walks in and like right in front of me, just walks past me, and I'm like, and I was one of the only fans there from my memory. Now this was a while ago, so I may be bullshitting there. So she walks in and I'm like, shit. I think it was just paparazzi actually that were there. And so I'm like, what do I do? Because, like, I really would love to meet her, and because I really love Charli XCX. Oh my god, this is perfect. Like, I'm literally just gonna have space for the other two. So, I go into the hotel. Like, literally after she goes in, all her team go in. I go to walk into the hotel, and security go, no. And I, again, in my state of delusion, I go to the security guard. I go, what do you mean I'm with them? I'm with them. And I walk past as if I'm, like, irritated that the security is like, you know, trying to get me to not go in. And for some reason that persuaded him that I was actually a part of their entourage. So I walk in and they turn into the restaurant, and I immediately just go up to Charli and I go, Charli, you were amazing tonight. I can't even remember what I said. I was like, you're amazing tonight. You did such a good job. Like, I'm coming to see you in London again. Would it be possible to get a picture? And her security were like, no, and grabbed my phone, and then Charlie was like, oh no, let him take the picture. We took the picture, I think we took like 2 pictures, and then I was like, I'll see you in London. She was like, I'll see you in London, and then I walked out, and the security guard was like, you lied. And I was like, so that was the Charlie XCX story. So again, she was someone that could have easily and warranted, should have told me to fuck off, but didn't, and I appreciate that. They, you know, they don't have to be nice to me in any way, especially whenever I'm literally at the hotel. So I appreciate Charlie XCX stopping and taking a picture with me. So another one that's in the good books. So that is one of my favorite stories to tell as well, because I have no idea where the confidence came from. I think it is such an adrenaline from when you're waiting for something to happen and it's happening right in front of you, and like the opportunity could so easily, you know, just like leave, whereas, you know, she could just walk in and, you know, that's it over, but I was kind of like determined. So some very weird stories I've had, and most of them have happened in America, by the way. Like, all of my like bland, boring stories are basically all from like Brighton and Derry, and then all my really exciting ones are all from like Paris and New York and LA and all these different things. So, see, my life's more interesting whenever I'm not here. So, there's that. Hold on, let me... Okay, last 2. Here we go. Jesus, I really wouldn't have fit any more in. And then the last official one is me and Mary. I miss her so much. We went to the BFI Academy together, which is the British film industry? British film, I don't know, whatever. We got, basically, me and my friend Caitlin got accepted for like an internship kind of situation with the BFI in Amersham, which is up near London. And that was my first really time going on a trip by myself. And I mean, I had a breakdown on one of the last days, and it was so embarrassing. I was like manically crying, and like it was actually one of my biggest emotional breakdowns of my entire life, and it's really embarrassing that happened. But I had never been away from my family before, and never for that amount of time, and it was really stressful. They put us in, you know, rooms based on like boy, girl, like that was literally it. And I was so embarrassed to be in the room because it was literally just like a bunch of like really intimidating guys that were there. So I basically would only sleep for like an hour whenever I would get really tired, and then we'd be woken up at like 5 a.m. So after like 4 days of really not sleeping, I mean, I was just in tears crying about feeling like I missed home and all these different things. I was really a mess. But Mary is someone I met at BFI that I still talk to this day. But yeah, I was really going through it just because I just felt so out of place and like undeserving to be there. Anyway, we have completed the wall. So we've started off with these, then we go down here and we have these. I feel like this just makes me feel now like the apartment is like way more, you know, me, like way more me. Like I'm looking at these and I'm seeing memories. And by the way, I got these done on Photobox. This is not sponsored. I got them done on Photobox. It's like a site that, you know, print out photos and stuff like that. And they were doing like a Valentine's Day deal. So I think I got all of these individually for like £8, which is actually, they're really good quality. And then I got the bigger ones for 15, I think, or something like that. So yeah, this is really great. And I think I honestly might do another row because I feel like I have enough photos that I could do for that, you know what I mean? So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 11 photos on top, and then if I'm feeling even more, you know, 11 underneath. Yeah, I'm liking this. This is definitely filled like a big chunk in the living room that desperately needed it. Anyway, I appreciate you being here and hanging out. This was, I have no idea how long this took, but I enjoyed speaking, I enjoyed going through memory lane, and I will see you all later. I am gonna go film main channel videos now, but it was super good to hang out, to talk, and I hope you're all doing well. So, I'll see you in my next one. Don't know why I'm doing this. Bye.